let me go ahead. Yeah.
Good evening, and welcome to another edition of African Americans Ain't Africans, the Think Show that proves without a shadow of a doubt that the so called African American didn't find their way to America in the trunk of a ship. I'm your host, the Indigenous one. And, mainly what we talk about and why it's important for the Indigenous people to realize their place on the planet is so that they can transform the world. You have millions of people coming over here running from their homes because they want to be here. And you're going to have to ask yourself why. And you're going to have to answer that question. Why is everybody running over here? Fleeing. And we just, do what we do. Got to pay attention to what's happening and to pay attention to what's going on. Because the goal of these people, and this is when you hear this explanation tonight, the goal of these people is your soul. And the soul is you. But we're locked into other characters, other ideologies, what somebody read in the book. Shit, we won't even look back 2 generations to see where we come from. Who did you come from? Tonight, we're going to unlock or make this puzzle look a lot clearer. Joining me, as always, is the wonderful Lisa Cypress. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Oseo, Kayuk. I want to thank you for having me. I'm very, very appreciative. I am really happy to be amongst the most critically thinking um, council. We have like a critical thinking council here. It's more than a chat. We have people that are thinkers. They're not just a chat, just observing. These people are putting their mind to work, which is what it's all about. So, we want to talk about their goal. The goal is your indigenous soul. And we want to be clear on the fact that the the way that they reach your soul is through your mind, right? They have your mind on lock, and we don't even know it. Our mind is the gateway that they use to own us entirely. And we're not, we seem to not even see that. We're always thinking and looking at letting things, we see things and we let it affect our minds. We believe things, and this controls our mind. They know that we are very, very empathic people, very intuitive people, sensitive people. And so they use our minds to control our emotions, our actions, everything, our outcomes. Our outcomes. They direct our outcomes through our mind. We have our children going to school and they are learning about the discoverers and explorers, and never mind the fact that you were creating, inventing owning, directing, building, just eons before anybody invaded your territory. That you are the author and you are the keepers of this planet. You are in line with the nature of this planet. It is in you to actually preserve and protect nature. You're not going to pervert these people that are these predatory people. They pervert. They have a perversion in their nature. It's not your nature. It's not in your nature to pervert. The perversion is not in you. You can learn you can learn the perversion. You can learn to be a person that perverts nature and destroys. But that is not the natural you. That's going against yourself through mind control, right? Through mind control. That's what you can actually learn to do. But nah, you're in line with this earth, with this universe. See, that's why when they need to master you, because you are the master of the universe, really. Everything is in rhythm with the Indian. The indigenous people are part of the universe. So that's why even when they master your mind, they got to let you know. You got to give permission. The problem is you don't know when you're giving permission. You don't know what your silence is. That your silence is consent. That you agree by not disagreeing. They make you think that what was natural for you is not natural. Because it was natural for us to know that this earth is like amazing and abundant. And we always shared because, first of all, that was our nature. Second, because we always felt the abundance of nature, the giving and the generosity of nature is natural to us. It was natural to us. But we let our minds be shackled by somebody else's belief system. So now we're not thinking in line with nature. You see, we felt the abundance of nature. And you know what? When your mind tells you that there is abundance in nature, it is there. I mean, it's literally there. But when your mind tells you it's not, you can't see it. You can't see it. I don't care. It's all over the place, but you can't see it. It's like you always feel you're lacking. Even you always feel like somebody gonna get over on you. That's new to us. We never felt like that. Oh, they just trying to get over. Or they just trying to, you know, all this stuff, all this energy that's perverted. It's not our nature to be that way. It's not. It doesn't feel good. In fact, it tears you up. It really you're fighting against yourself. Because that's not you. It's what they got in your mind. They got your mind on lock. Naturally, we were like, yeah, we got a lot here. And that's why they came in and we were like, no problem. We got a lot. We good. We didn't have that mentality of these perverted, predatory beings. That everything about them is about trying to consume and be greedy and manipulate and control and oppress. That's not our objective ever. Our objective was to love and be free and like share and like do it and enjoy what is here for us and have fun. Even in the midst of the terrorism and the Holocaust that we're going through, we still try to be that way. In the little bit of time that they give us in this prison camp, this life we call freedom that's not free, this what we're existing in now. We try to have that carefree, loving spirit that we used to have. And then they tell us how we should spend that time, what we should be doing. Oh, yeah, we should spend our time looking at things to program our minds more. That's what we should be doing in our spare time, letting them in. What happened? What happened that now somebody tells you, oh, you know what? You ain't gonna have no toilet paper. What? Well, I ain't gonna be able to poop. I mean, literally, it's like people think they not gonna be able to poop because somebody tells you we are out of toilet paper. Ooh, what are we going to do? It's like you think your life is over because they're going to run out. Run out. You're out. There's no more. Lack, end, over. Let's think like we used to think. Options, availability, abundance. If one thing don't work, another will. You got to have toilet paper on the roll or you going to die. Really? You can't wash your butt? No, you can't wash it literally. You can't wash it. You cannot take care of your own self without toilet paper. We cannot live without eggs that are even eggs, that are most likely computer generated, made out of steroids. The chickens are disgusting and they're cannibalistic. Yeah, no. You can do without it.
Earlier you were saying that the mind is like an internal GPS system. What did you mean by that?
Oh, yeah. See, our mind is, and we have a GPS. See, this is the thing. We don't want to listen to it. See, that's what happens when we hear things that make sense. Like when we say, y'all, you're looking at these news media things and you're letting it scare you. These so-called deaths, these so-called beatings, and it's you don't understand as an indigenous person how the subconscious is being impacted, how your entire body reacts to these traumas, what it does to your soul, which is which you are your ancestors. You are invoking traumas from days past. When you see trauma, it's not just what you're seeing. It's deeper than that. And your GPS tells you there's something ain't right. Like, you ignore your mental GPS. Because as Indigenous people, we have an internal mental GPS. It's like it doesn't vibrate right. It's our GPS. And when we see something that's right, we can feel it. We can feel it. It's like when you tell some of your folks, well, you know what, that stuff that they trying to tell, that ain't right. And something inside of them ticks and it's like, you know what, something ain't right about how they trying to push this stuff on us. Something ain't right. You know what I mean? They feel the vibration. They feel that internal GPS telling them that the way these people are acting, the way they pushing us around, the way they're trying to push these daggone ideas, and it's being drummed in your head over and over again. This is not vibrating inside. It's going against my nature. I feel it. That is your GPS. And you feel it. You feel it. But yet you still don't want to believe it. You still go against it. Because why? Because the programming of your mind is overpowering your own internal GPS system that directs you, that corrects you, and protects you. You don't want to believe in that. You don't want to feel that. People will tell you because their GPS is working, right? My GPS, and you using it, right? Your GPS is working and you're using that shit. You're using it. And you're like, hey, this ain't right. What they telling you ain't true. And then your sister and brother's like, no. I'm going to listen to the programming because the programming got the science. The programming got the history. The programming got the celebrities up there. And you know if they got celebrities up there, when doggone, you know it must be true. It got it right.
Hell no.
Right? Look, they paying so and so. What is it called? What is that? Questlove on a commercial talking about you need to get a plan for your get a vax plan.
They still running it like that on regular TV.
Oh, I forgot to look for that. Yeah, I didn't get the chance to look for that. Yeah, they got a new commercial out with Questlove and Pink and a couple, like 3, 4, 5 different celebrities. And yes, they're still running it because they got new variants that they are pushing out there. And they got video of a guy who works for Pfizer who went on a daggone love connection date and was bragging about they was going to try to develop new daggone variants so that they could develop the daggone cure for you. He was bragging on it. He was the head of something, production or something. And he was bragging on his little love connection with his man or man that he wanted. They busted him. There's video. I mean, so this is the thing. We don't even want to see that kind of stuff. We don't want to think about. You know why? Because it does not coincide with the programming. And it makes us angry because we feel this vibration trying to redirect. Y'all know about these cars, like, y'all got a new car with this daggone, keeps you in the lane, right? Keeps you in the lane. And how you want to cross, you want to go ahead and change lanes. You ain't trying to do, you're not putting on your, it's going to jank you back. That's what our GPS system does. It tries to yank us back. Oh no, we don't want to listen to that. even if though it's for our protection. We don't want to listen to it. And then when we get confirmation, because you know there's always going to be confirmation that you should have listened. We want to ignore that too. Because we are so controlled. See that lock on his head? That's what they got. They got a lock on your head. We are so, see that lock on his head. Y'all, this is so real. This is so real. Let me tell you, what urban radio. Burn that stuff down. Burn down all the urban radio businesses need to go downhill. I don't care who the hell owns it. They make sure that they keep you as dumbed down and programmed as possible. Dumb down. They do this on purpose. They got these people that their voices you trust. I mean, they got Obama elected just by urban radio alone. They got Kamala in office. Urban radio did that. That must be destroyed. Don't let nobody listen to that crap.
So the people who went with that, the people who hyped all that in, the people who've taken all these L's, you know, they were warned before all this stuff happened. Obama, nah, dude, don't go that way. That may not be a good way. And all the people who ushered all this in, are you saying that their brains are on lock? They can't learn nothing new. Their internal GPS isn't working. And if it's not, how would you suggest we communicate with them? Because it's getting to the point where, damn, your GPS have to be on.
Your GPS has to be on. But there are so many people who are willing to lock you down for a check. That's the problem. This is what we're living in today. See, to understand the past, everybody tries to act like the 1600s, the 1800s was different than today. It's not. It wasn't. To understand the day, you understand the past. Because just like today, we got a whole league of people that are willing to take a check to lock your mind down and keep you down. Because they believe they can't win unless you are down. They're got that perversion of their minds that they don't feel like they can win unless they are oppressing others. And your own kinfolk get that too. They get that same, you can learn that same perversion. And we've learned it. Is it that they don't know better? I can't say that. I can't say it because just in my own family, you would think, well, why would one family take 600 acres when they know their family's way bigger than the 5 of them? And that 600 and some acres don't just belong to them. Why would they do that? And then because you do something so low down and secret and trying to keep it secret, you can't share. I mean, you can't do anything with it. That's what I mean. You actually can't, you even locked from doing something cool with it. Because You done took something that belonged to your Indian kinfolk as well as you in secret. So you really can't publicly prosper from it. You can't really secretly prosper well from it either, because you secret, you doing something shady, right? And you stepping on your own kinfolk, and you depriving your own kinfolk of the wealth that it could help them with. Because let me tell you, your kinfolk had a bit of that. That's something, that's equity. That's an asset. That is wealth. So instead of them being in poverty, you could have changed their condition. Instead, you decided to just keep it for yourself. That greed, the perversion of it. The perversion of it. That spirit has controlled the minds of your kinfolk. Because we were unity and sharing, man. We were like, shoot, baby, if I win, you win, we all win. And then we make more. And we keep it rolling. We never thought, mine, hide it. A closed fist can't receive more. But see, they try to make you think an open fist, you ain't going to have nothing, nevermore. That's not nature. That's not the way real nature works at all. You think you gotta do this. And actually think about the Black Power fist.
They train these shines right, man.
Think about it. Close your fist. Yeah. You not open armed. You not linking up. You got your fist closed. Really? You have to release. You have to have an open mind. You see how that mind's locked? You have to have an open mind, heart, and your pocket. It needs to be open, because you know what that is? That is the power of what? That is the power of what? Whatever you want to call it. It's the power of believing in yourself, the power in believing in the Almighty and the Creator. It's the power of faith. That you know what you know what you know. You know the universe is going to correct you. You know the universe is going to keep it all right. You know this stuff is going to keep on coming, because when you know it's coming, it happens. What you think, you manifest. You can't manifest anything with your brain locked down. You can't manifest anything with your brain locked down.
You were talking about 1600s, 1800s, and today. There's no change. So are you saying we don't even really have to look at history, just look at today and know what's going on today?
Yeah, somebody came in the comments and they were like, well, first of all, I wasn't talking about teepees at any length, except the fact that I read something that mentioned it, and I said, they use teepees as temporary, as tents, camping. Right. When you were like hunting, because people were making big money, like trading furs. You couldn't just go. We didn't just go in one area and get furs. When you trying to make money trading these things, you travel. You know what I mean? You went all over and you set up tents. Stop being an idiot. But this is the thing. The other thing is, what's going to happen when they look back at today? Because they talk about, oh, we lived in brick houses. What the blah, blah, blah. Stop being an idiot. Everybody don't live in a brick house, not even today. Everybody don't live in a house. What are they going to talk about when they look back at us? And they're going to say some people, a whole lot of people, lived in boxes. They're going to say, when they look back at us, the majority of the Indians lived in boxes. They got a whole lot of images of us living in boxes. Is that the image that our descendants are going to have? I mean, just think about it. We live all different in different manners. There's different levels, boo. Like, let's be real. Ain't nothing different. Certain people live in the muckety muck. Other people got all kinds of swag. They living in castles. The castles existed when they came to these to Turtle Island. The castles were all over Turtle Island. Trust and believe. Did they exist? Oh, hell yeah. We still living with some of these castles. We still see them. We just don't know what we're looking at. But did they also see people in tents? Yeah. Did they see people in long houses? Sure. Did they see people in log homes? Yeah. Did they see people in wood cut homes? Yeah. Did they see people in brick and in stucco? Yes. Did they see people in earth homes made out of the actual soil? Yes. Because why? Because we don't destroy the planet by just plowing down an entire forest. We're not going to use all the damn trees up. Use a couple of trees and then they're gone. You know, you do it. You so and so. You gonna make yourself a mud home. This one gonna make them a damn house in the trees. In the trees. In the trees. Somebody else gonna use a house made out of daggone out of logs. The other person gonna make a house out of bricks. We gonna make the bricks. Somebody else gonna use stone. They gonna cut the stone. We use what we had with in line with nature. So today, when you see some people living in mini mansions, big mansions, yeah, it's true. Certain people live in like little boxes. They live in apartments, right? What are people going in the future going to talk about those? Will they exist? I don't know. But if you go into the future and they don't, you're going to look back and say, well, they live like that. No, ain't nothing new. Some of those houses that we look at, those were like the apartments of today. They had multi-family dwellings. Let's not use your brain. Don't be a dummy, okay? Don't be a dum-dum. Son. Think. It's not different. As a matter of fact, understand that we were just like today. They minimize what we do while it right in our faces. They take our baby. Just Google recipes, anything from the 60s and 70s, 80s, even 90s. They couldn't cook. Nobody could on the planet except us. Now you see all these cooking shows, they throwing spices around like they've been doing that forever. Hell no. That just happened in the 2000s. I promise you. They could not cook. You eat Chick-fil-A and you think, oh, this is delicious company. Fresh and tasty. Who was in the kitchen cooking in their original restaurants? Who cooked? Who made the secret recipe of Kentucky Fried? Who was cooking in the kitchens? Who taught the planet what good food tastes like? Stop it. We don't give ourselves credit for nothing.
Because we in other places in the world making it happen over there.
We want what they tell us to want.
What happened?
They got our minds.
What happened to the confidence? You know, that's a thing that I see lacking a lot too. It's like a fake confidence. It's about nothing.
Right.
It's about, you know, nothing. Nothing. What
They
happened?
tell they promote these things and all, and they make you want what you don't even need to want. People are putting daggone fake plastic in their bodies to distort our beautiful bodies and poison them because they tell us that's how you gonna look good. That's what you want. And then they tell our men that's what's sexy. They telling these babies what to like. And they telling the girls what they need to look like to be liked. And it started with them putting the television in our houses.
Yeah, I think I don't think we talk about that enough. The damage the TV has done.
It started with them putting that television in our houses because that television, y'all don't understand. Like, once everybody got a TV, the radio was one thing. You would use your imagination or what have you. It didn't have the control because, you know, we as indigenous people are very visual anyway. And when they put the TV in our houses, it's been extremely detrimental to us. That's why they actually programmed things specifically for and towards us. And we talk about what it's done. Well, it's done so much damage. Let's kind of like roll that back. Can you click off of that image and take that image down? Oh, where'd you go? Oh, I lost him. All right. Can you click that? Yeah. No, yeah, there. That's what I wanted. Thank you so much. Okay. Because I wanted to be able to change up on y'all. Oh, shit. Oh. Wow. Okay. All right. I'm back. I couldn't even see where we were. Okay. So I want to be able to share. This is the thing, you guys. Yeah. All these things that we are looking at. This is for us. We are being programmed to feel and to what to feel, what to think, what to value. This is all being done on purpose. Let's look at some of these specials that they put out today. They're going to program us, okay? They let me see. Oh, tabs. I'm gonna do the tabs. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. And we're gonna share that. I'm gonna take this down. And we're going to put some of this on. I'm going to go back it up a little bit. Now, I want y'all to know that this was sponsored by Alberto Culver. They do hair products. They do Tresemme. You get Tresemme now. They make Tresemme. They make a lot of products that we use still to this day. Alberto BO5, that kind of stuff. Okay. They actually said, we ain't going to show no commercials. We're sponsoring this black on black stuff, right?
Have anything but a pair of pliers, 9/16, and a screwdriver, and maybe a coat hanger to wire anything up that happens to be loose. A car is something that you can just buy on any.
The broadcast continues now without commercial interruption.
A lot of people live in the ghetto that are pretty well taken care of financially. Just because they live in the ghetto don't mean that they can't afford nice furniture. Just because they live in the ghetto doesn't mean that they can't drive a nice car. A lot of people, they have homes in these ghettos that they're nice homes. They started from nothing. They've added on. They've put to it, and they built their homes up, and naturally they don't want to leave this. I'm only 24. I bought my home 2 years ago at 22. I have 2 kids. My husband, he works. I work. And the majority of my friends are not doing as well as I am because you have to be able to manage in order to have anything. Or you have to want something in order to have it. I wanted to have a home. I wanted to have kids. I wanted to have everything that it took to make a life for myself. And I struggled, and I got a husband that wanted the same thing. And this is why we're so far ahead. It takes two to pull, you know. One can't do it by themselves. Personally, when I enjoy living in the ghetto. I really do. I enjoy it. I would much rather live in the ghetto than live on the hill and look down on the ghetto.
I moved in the project because the house that I was living in wasn't large enough for my family. So we had to move into the project. I don't live here because I want to, and don't live because I like it. I live in here because I have to. You don't have no privacy in the project. It's no privacy. You just live in a unit. Everybody knows everything the other one do. It's not private at all. I wash, you wash. You move over your clothes off and I'll hang mine up, whether they wet or dry. You can't even sit out on the lawn. Somebody come along and spit where you're sitting. Actually, anything in the project you don't call your own, because the people, the project, they'll knock on the door, and if you don't answer them immediately, they'll take the key and walk right on in. And sometimes I wish I could just move out right now and just, but I know I'll have to stay until I can find something that I can. Neither of us have the same father. All of them have a different father. Maybe you have one that the father brings something over to him. Maybe one of the fathers loves his child, and he'll come over. And this makes the other children feel left out because the man is coming over. They see, here comes daddy, and he's only got a bag for Susie. Why is this, mama? Well, he's not your father. Well, where's my father? Why don't he bring me something? Then it's get out of the house and stop talking to me.
I think it's very rare to have both original parents in the home. Hard when I was a kid that most fathers would just desert the mother, or they were having babies so fast and they didn't know how to stop until the father would just get disgusted and just up and leave. That was the only thing he knew to do.
If a man's in the house, she can't get state aid. So this man, he has to go. He leaves voluntarily. It ain't nothing between him and his wife. He leaves voluntarily for ornaments for his kids and for his wife to survive. He leaves, and then the state will support him as long as he's not there.
A black man has never really been known to own a family. He's not really an upstanding figure in the home from the get-go, see, because he has some cheap job paying nothing, in which his wife could go out and make twice as much if she happened to get out there and started working. So we black people have never really owned a family, and this pattern has just been carried on through history. We do have families in South LA with the mother and the father in the home. And a lot of times you probably wouldn't know it because the father has been depressed so bad over a period of time that he's just not even noticed. He has been, maybe he has worked all his life, man. He's tired, and he just kind of cat that just, as he's got older, he just lays around, and taking it easy because life has just did him so wrong. He's went through so much, by him being black. He just went through so much. And when he gets old, man, his mind is just so piled up with this. He doesn't, he's not too good of an image. And
So this is what they stopped TV. They just took over the network. Understand the timing of this. This was right after, this is civil rights, right? This was like, they're telling you, now, mind you, we've been having close-knit towns, communities, cities that we thrived and we were winning in forever. But we're being programmed, and they're putting it out there into the universe, not just for us, but all these new white immigrants. Because in '68, the immigrants were they were new Polacks, new Jews, new Italians. They were first generation. So they're getting this. It was an education and in service on the black, on the Negro. Yeah, they're in a sad state. They don't know how to have a family. Oh, they ain't got no will to do nothing. They can't get it together. That. And then who believes it the most? We do. Who believes it the most? We do. And that's the sad truth. A lot of people are seeing this. This is the whole planet saw this. And this is not just one and done. This is a whole series of these features where they talked about teens getting pregnant. They talked about drugs. They just did everything. The Negro, why do they care so much about the state of the Negro? And they still do. Everything we do, it becomes like even with this whole damn recent death, it's a bad image to all black people. Why is it always a kingdom when we don't claim to be a kingdom, but they treat us like we're a kingdom, right? They address us like that.
So you talked about urban radio.
Right.
You're getting it from that end. Now you got the TV in the living room.
Right.
You're getting it from all angles. What is one to do?
What is one to do? Well, I mean,
because these are the questions that'll be asked.
Well, I mean, what to do? Well, we're not done with the damage yet. The damage is just beginning. We got to control our minds first of all. The thing to guard your mind, like I said, the solution is to free your mind, to control who is allowed to enter your mind, to defend your mind from any of these. See, that's the first war. Somebody said, what happened to the warrior spirit? The first warrior is you, and you have to be a warrior for yourself and your mind. You have to be a warrior. You have to fight these people against what they're trying to put out there to daggone pervert your mind and the mind of your babies. The babies. I mean, you can hardly defend yourself, but the babies, they're molding their thinking. They're molding their thinking. And what did they do to us when we were babies? Well, we had Saturday morning cartoons, y'all. We waited all week long. We really didn't see no cartoons until Saturday morning. And then every year, when the school year started, it was a whole new season of cartoons, a whole new set. And man, it almost made you real excited to go back to school because you were like, the Saturday morning cartoons are going to start. That's how much TV was controlling us, right? They steered us to they're going to steer down generations and generations. And what did they do with the cartoons? Well, they gave us another opportunity, right? It gave them another opportunity for being able to control us. And what they did was they used it as an opportunity to say, okay, what are they looking at? What are they watching? Oh, they're watching cartoons. Oh, okay. Well, we got the children's attention now. We got a whole, it's not just our generation, you see. Because y'all that are our children's age, that are our nieces and nephews' ages, that are our cousins' age, y'all are affected too. See, because we're influencers, right? We're major influencers in the lives of others. So when we were put under this whole spell of mind control, oh baby, what it did. It was major. So let's look at a major thing that I think about when I see, when I see what's happened to us. Okay, let me see.
This is Libbyland, where meals are always fun. Meals were never fun when I... was a kid, so I'm going to plunder all these Libbyland pirate picnics. And Mean Gene plundered the hot dog, macaroni with meatballs, and other fun things, including chocolatey milk magic.
I'll take that. Which is Billy the Kid spelled sideways, sort of.
So Libby the Kid gave back all the Libbyland dinners, and meals were fun again. Some fun.
Okay, y'all. They used the same. You remember that?
I don't remember that, but when they were showing images of the food, like the real little hot dog, making everything box cutter, cookie cutter.
So these TV dinners, man, it was like you don't have time. You too busy. Give your kids. And the kids like, ooh, man, there's pudding, there's I mean, look at that diet, y'all. That was, what was in there? It was, some saucy, mushy pasta something and some damn hot dog of unknown origin. And then they had meat patties. You don't know what the meat was. And then they had pudding. Right?
Was Taco Bell even up then?
No. I mean, not maybe in Cali. I don't know how old Taco Bell, but maybe in Cali, but not on the East Coast. But these are dinners you put in the oven. These are the TV dinners you put in the oven. Okay? Your pudding come out hot. And it's real crazy to think about. But this is the thing. The point of it is, my point I'm making is, this control, this is how they got in our minds, so that our minds affected our bodies. Right? They controlling what we put in our bodies. Because, they try to talk shit about soul food, baby. No. When we ate what we ate from the farm to the table for real, you know what you put in your pig. even if it is a pig. And most people don't, if you're not slopped a pig or seen a pig slopped, they ate, bread and milk and corn and, apples falling from the tree, apples from the, whatever. You know what made up that pig. And you was going to put good things in them to make the meat sweet. And pigs are interesting. Now, they talk about, I know they got all this stuff about, the hoof, blah, 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 because people were disgusting, okay? They didn't clean nothing. They didn't take care of nothing. Just like today. Sodom and Gomorrah, nasty people, disgusting things that they were eating, not taking care of the animals, letting the animals be cannibalistic. Your livestock, you take care of them. When you take care of them, you guard what they eat. If you don't know anything about animal care, husbandry, then you don't know. But the quality of the food was different. And like, last year or so, you had the sister come on talking about, lard and how we stopped eating lard and butter and replaced that with Crisco, Westernality, oh, I can't believe it's not butter, stuff that nobody knows what it is. But they tell you it's better for you. Right? That's where the mind goes to the body. We go to a whole different realm of problems. Your body is affected by what has been done to your mind. Now you got body problems. Now we, the indigenous people, got body problems. Manifested by what they told us and what we took into our minds. So now we believe that a lot of these things are conveniences that are good for us. We believe in food that's not food. And it's now polluting our bodies. That's a problem. That's a problem that we need to fix. You cannot not understand that this is not accidental. And think about this. You so perverted, you don't care who gets affected by the stuff you do. The destruction, I'll take everybody out. It don't matter. You can get some. Because the ones that are on top, they want to be on top. Ain't no stopping. It don't matter. It don't matter who goes down with the damn TV dinners and the outflow of Pringles and Cheese Whiz. Y'all remember Cheese Whiz? Cheese Whiz still exists, by the way, or products like that. Cheese.
That's when I started waking up. That's when you started to be something's not right. Cheese doesn't come out of a can.
It's a problem. It is definitely a problem.
So the mind is the gateway to the body.
The mind is the gateway to the body.
So all they have to do is trick us and tell us anything, that's what's taught. That's the mainstream, what is taught in religion, in all of these areas. Somebody's teaching us something. We don't even think. We just go by what we're told.
We don't have to think. We're not supposed to think. Right?
Right.
That's why our mind is shackled. That's the purpose of our minds being shackled, is so that we don't think. We're not supposed to think.
Video now?
Yeah. Not video, but I'm gonna do the to slide.
Okay.
I don't know if we can get it. Can you get the image of the guy on the bed?
You got to let him in.
I didn't put that in there. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what I did. Let me go again.
Lisa, do you think that us people that are 50 and up that were forced that vaccination shot back in the day affects us now?
Oh, the vaccination we took when we were kids?
Yeah.
I don't know that they were really trying to put that, they were trying to utilize it like that at that time. I really don't believe that, really. Yeah, you know what? I'm a retreat on that, because I think in certain segments of the country they did experiment with the vaccines, because you can see in Virginia that there are a lot of 50-some-year-old men that don't have no kids. And I think that they were, they were tampered with. Those men were tampered with. Now, y'all. Now, people try to make fun of soul food and all that stuff. But like I said, the soul food that our people grew up with, that true table to farm to table food, did not kill you or make you obese. Because you know why? Because first of all, the food was food. It actually it fed your cells. This stuff don't feed nothing. It don't feed your cells. This is empty garbage. This stuff is bringing chemicals into your body that's controlling your mind, that's making you depressed. Do you know that we eat crinkled potato chips out of a bag that ain't not crinkled? We eat frozen potatoes. We eat potato chips that are Pringles. They're not even potatoes. What's a Pringle? I don't know what a Pringle is. I don't even think it claims to be a potato chip. These things are made to trigger things in your mind, to get you to, you know that potatoes help with your mind and prevents depression? Magnesium. Potatoes, they have a book written called Potatoes Not Prozac. Prozac's not good for the American Indian anyway. But the whole thing about it is these foods are triggering diseases because they're not foods. And people are addicted to M&Ms and daggone Takis. What's a Taki? That's what we be eating. Hot babies are growing up on hot Cheetos. And look at all them pharmaceuticals that he's putting himself, because he got all these problems because of what he's daggone addicted to. These foods are full of additives that cause more addiction. These foods are full of chemicals to shut down your daggone organs. And now we taking on all these other level of things into our bodies. Things that are the pharmaceutical companies are making, that are making our bodies drop down and just disappear. Because we trust them. Oh yeah, they tell us trust the science, and our mind says, oh, I believe it. Like, what has science done that you believe so much? What do you believe? Why do you believe in so much, and there's so much it don't do nothing for or nothing about? And most of the good science that we utilize, we are the people that brought it about. Shoot, even proton therapy, a sister did that recently. But you don't give yourself no credit for the science. You want to listen to a friggin' a white rat. You want to listen to a white rat. A white lab rat. That's what we want to worship as a people. And if you contradict anything the white lab rat says, they want you, your own people will want to beat you. They're going to want to raise a fist to you. Talk about the warrior spirit. Oh yeah, they ready to raise a hand to your ass if you talk about the white lab rat. Our bodies are being affected by this. We got my family. We just had a discussion about looking for a physician. Now, y'all, I don't know if I told you that I go to work all over the place in these hospitals, and I cry as I leave because I don't see none of us in these hospitals working. I can't find one of us as a doctor, as a nurse. Pretty much every role is being replaced by a immigrant, African or Southeast Asian. And it just happened over the past 30 years. And who let these people in the door? Who put them into college? Who opened their arms wide? My family, they was talking to me today about looking for a physician. Can't find one in Atlanta. That's us. Can't find them. I said, didn't I tell you that all the things that's been happening has been problematic? When I went to school, the standards were high. If you got less than 85, you was out. They dropped the standards to 70, and now people got fake daggone licenses being nurses. They dropped the standards so these immigrants could come in and take up your role, to take the careers away from your children and you. They wasn't letting you in. And then when they do come in, they cheat and they work together to cheat their way through. See, we don't do that because, we Indians, we got principles and stuff. Oh no, I'm not gonna cheat. I'm smart. I can do this on my own because that's the way the white people tell me that they do it. They don't. I mean, it's not that we are only honest and don't cheat because we think white people don't, but we it's our nature to try to be stand on our own and have principles. We're very principled people, right? We're principled people. That's our nature. But the reality is that when these immigrants come in, they are cheating together. And so throngs of them get through school. And you can't get a job, nor can you get in school. But nobody cares, right? Y'all too busy TikToking and dancing, doing the things that Indians like to do, because guess what? We still like to have a good time. Yay. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you have people taking care of your body and putting these pharmaceuticals on your bed and they know that they're throwing and the same immigrants got stores that are filled with these Takis and candy and crap to the hilt. They got more tempting, weird, snacky, weird stuff in their daggone line that you can never see in the stores where they live. You're never going to see that junk where they live. You're never going to see that toxic shelf, things on the shelf. It's a setup, y'all. They're attacking your body. And then when you go over to the doctor, they're giving you the pharmaceuticals that's going to make you worse because they don't care about you. And then they're going to talk to you any kind of way under their throat. And you think we don't see that. But then, even then, our daggone GPS be just vibrating. He don't like me. He ain't right. She talking to me some kind of way. And you still ignoring that GPS. That inner GPS is tearing you up. But you still going to that daggone jacked up doctor. You know, can't. But guess what? Now, because your boule cousins went over there in Morehouse and let all the daggone directors of daggone medicine be African and Indian, not the real Indian, being South Asian, Hindustan, Pakistani, whatever, a stan. Now, your doctors are those people that think you are a mark. You're just a slab of meat to be tossed around and abused. Look at him. You think his doctor respects him? You think they care about his life? You think when you come in there and you're fit, they think any different of you or you appear to be? No, they're going to give you the same trash. They stick at you the same way they look at him. We all the same in their eyes. We're all the same in their eyes. So they got our bodies, right? They got our bodies. They got our bodies under control. And they're to the point where they actually had us locked. They locked us up. They got us covering, suffocating ourselves when they tell us to. They suffocate. Cover yourself up. Don't breathe. And you do it. Why? Because the rat said so. Because the rat told you. Because the lab rat must be right. And then you get Spike Lee in there saying, yeah, give me what the lab rat says. Do the right thing. Really? Well, Spike Lee, you know he's cool. I'm gonna go ahead. I gotta do what Spike Lee says. That's the way we are being manipulated and controlled. Our bodies. They got our bodies. You got a video to play, don't you?
Check this out, y'all. This is some cold shit right here. This some cold shit right here. Now, so when it's over, I just want to ask everybody, when was the last time you heard something like this? I mean, it's like some 5 minutes of funk or something.
Yeah, we do naturally. We do. That's why even though babies, that's why our babies can be geniuses and the most amazing athletes on hot Cheetos. That's why, because we can take garbage and make it magic.
My goodness, look at all the bodies. This is what they want, they dropping bodies. Every time I turn the TV on, they dropping bodies. Chicago ain't got nothing on these bodies. They drop it left and right, we try to tell you about these bodies. Hey, we try to tell you about these bodies. But you didn't want to listen about these bodies. Now you might be dropping like a body. Propaganda, take the story, get your twist on. The people saying this ain't finna fit, it may y'all been wrong. What's the body count? Buckle up, gonna be a rocky mount. While people dropping, y'all just talking in the coffee lounge. I see people mocking, tell it you up on that soggy ground. Mellow cool talking, man, you rocking with the Nazis now. First they take the guns, then make you comply with the mandates. You gon' rip it from my dead hands, ain't no band-aid. Ain't dying from your juice, I didn't take it. Ain't in a trans state, you can't have this body. Pure blood, that's my campaign. Bodies. This is what they want, they dropping bodies. Every time I turn the TV on, they dropping bodies. Chicago ain't got nothing on these bodies. They dropping left and right, we try to tell you about these bodies. Hey, we try to tell you about these bodies. But you didn't wanna listen about these bodies. Now you might be dropping like a body. Cause this is what they wanted. Take a look at all the bodies. 1, 2, 3, 4 bodies dropping on the floor. I said we assemble, take up arms, declare another war. Donald Trump is compromised. Man, forget the other 4. I don't follow anymore. Now sit back and watch me roar. All of a sudden, bodies dropping by the dozen. Now you buzzing. Let me guess, now you gon' blame it on the Russians. See your cousin drop. She was healthy, she didn't have the muffin top. They got you to take the poke, you only had a sudden cough. Crazy, they dumb me down when they come around, and now you're pushing up daisies. Put the guard down for a cart, let them poke you with the gravy. Now you're watching sports, and bodies dropping all over the court. Bodies. This is what they want, they dropping bodies. Every time I turn the TV on, they dropping bodies. Chicago ain't got nothing on these bodies. They dropping left and right, we try to tell you about these bodies. Hey, we try to tell you about these bodies. But you didn't wanna listen about these bodies. Now you might be dropping like a body. Cause this is what they wanted, take a look at all the bodies.
Brag, I don't care, but I want you to know, double vaxxed, booster, flu shot, never got COVID. Clearly, Jesus loves me the most. Seriously. So nice. So nice.
Bodies. This is what they want, they dropping bodies. Every time I turn the TV on, they dropping bodies. Chicago ain't got nothing on these bodies.
So you see where you support this brother. Support him. All this other stuff, the Tupac and all this stuff that we love, ain't got nothing on that. Nothing. So we talk about all these celebrities, all these people we follow, all these people we love, have brought nothing but utter destruction to you. Lisa, you were talking about bodies? Your mic.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's the exclamation point on how they got our bodies. Okay. That is it. Like, if you don't get it, that should put it in your face clearly. They have our bodies. So, and also the suicides. Don't forget the number of suicides that's happening. I just saw another suicide on the daggone naval yard. The naval, come on. Don't forget the suicides, because we got all the kinds of radiation. We got this 5G. We got these freaking phones in our hands. We got the daggone these chemicals. We got this bad water. We got this bad food, and people are depressed and killing themselves at a record number. That needs to be also counted. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. They're controlling our bodies and they're controlling our minds, and our minds are affecting our bodies. And they're doing it all. They're doing it all so they can get at our soul.
You were saying earlier that everybody used to have a garden. What happened?
Well, what happened to that? Well, because the TV, y'all. I mean, seriously, when you people had gardeners with the TV, but when your kids are manipulated and they think everything that is glorious comes out of a box, it changes all the generations thereafter. When they lose connection with the land and they gain love for what is told is good out of the tube, out of the TV, that's what changes everything. Yes. That's what changes everything. So that's the main part of our problem, is that we got a whole generation of people that has been manipulated and controlled to value something different. To be afraid of bugs, to be afraid of the earth, to be afraid of our abilities. Because really, in your mind, you think you can't make it. Oh, it's going to be shortages. Well, who are the real survivors? The homeless people. They already, it can't get, nothing can happen in this economy or world front that's really going to really shake or rattle their world. Because they're already the expert survivalists. They're the experts. So you have to understand that with us, we just have to get our minds to understand, to respect what we're able to do. You don't have to be an expert survivalist. You just got to know that when they tell you it's the end, it's not. When they tell you you're going to be out of something, it's not going to be the end of the world. There are other options for you. If they tell you the water's bad, then you need to know just basically how to basically purify your water. Test your water to purify your water. Don't test it, but just clean it. Very simple. Charcoal. Burn some wood. Boil it. Charcoal. Simple things. I mean, if you just got to learn, just you don't even got to do it. Just so in your mind you know what you can do, is will free you from the fear of what they say they gonna do. See, you can't let them say, well, if you're not gonna have this, and then you're scared. You can't let it dominate and control us. See, it's a mind game. So what you gonna do when the supermarkets run out of food? Does that mean that the planet ran out of food? Does that mean there's nothing that you can't eat? Well, the animals are eating. At the very least, you can watch a squirrel, because the squirrel's gonna eat. And if the squirrel can eat it, bottom dollar, you can eat it. Right? I mean, we just gotta just think of things in those simple terms. That the answers are out there. That it's never gonna be the end of it. At the very least, just know how to boil water. Be able to start a daggone fire with something, whether it's a match or a lighter, or some sticks, or some flint. You know what I mean? Just be able to do some basic things that you know what? Push come to subs, I'm going to be all right. Because I'm going to live within the universe, and I'm not going to have fear. This is what you have to know in your mind, so that they can't get to you. You got to know that you can make it. That this universe is designed so you survive. It's not designed to destroy you. They destroy you by you believing that you are destroyed. They destroy you by you believing that all options must come through them and their corporation. That's what destroys us. That's how they dominate us. The war is not, it is in our minds. The warrior has to come out of your mind. You have to conquer your own mind, and you have to be the one who is the master of it. You're letting them be the master.
So you talked about the perversion of earth earlier. How has it been, or do we realize that we are really getting deeper into that perversion?
Oh, we're spiritual beings who are disconnected from our spirit. Anytime we're not allowing our intuitive selves to feel the energy, not just your GPS, but just knowing, being able to look into dead cold eyes and know that they're dead cold. When you lose the ability to decipher, and you don't have that ability, that intuitive ability to feel, to connect by spirit. That's the danger. That's what they want to get at. All this is because we connect as a spirit. We don't have to talk. We didn't have to write nothing down. We didn't have to do anything because we connected. We talked to each other by spirit. And we still can. But our mind and bodies have been so perverted that we've lost that connection to the spirit, to our souls. We've lost it. And that is a problem. That is what we have to work. That's why you have to work on all of these things. Because working on all these things, that's how we're able to get this connection to our real soul, to our actual souls. Because their goal is to get to your indigenous soul, so that as a people, we cannot connect. As a people, we cannot unify. We can't have that love again. We can't manifest that abundance together. We can't undo all the damage and perversion that they've done to this planet if we don't reconnect to our souls. We don't get on that level. We are so superficial that we're so far gone from what our real energy is, what our real power is, what our real strength is. We could do anything, and they know it, but we gotta know it. That's what they're trying to prevent us from knowing how to connect and make anything we want happen. We don't need what they need. They need violence. We don't need violence. We need to have ourselves aligned in the right place. Mind, body, soul. We need it all aligned. We need our whole selves in order. We need that way, and we need to deflect on everything they're doing to daggone keep us from actually using our minds correctly, using our daggone internal GPS, taking care of our bodies, rejecting all that trash that they call food. That's what we have to do. And yes, our bodies can heal by not eating. But this is the thing, y'all. Push come to shove, if they shut down the stores or everything becomes too expensive, fasting is a healing thing. You know what I mean? Bottom line, you can take on this mental thing. Fasting is good for me. I ain't afraid. Bring it on. Jack up the prices. I'll fast. Thank you very much. I don't give a care. Do what you want to do. Because when I am fasting while you're doing all these daggone aerobics and all these daggone tricks of your trade and all these damn perversions for profit and for domination and control, I'm going to become a master of myself. Because when I fast, my body is clean, my mind becomes clear. I see things that I couldn't see before. I hear things, and my GPS is at its highest performance.
Your digestive system get a break too.
Your entire body heals itself. And yet, so what is there to fear about whatever things they're going to send through the roof, or if all the supermarkets go empty? So what? So what? A fast will save you. See, they want you to think it's gonna be the end for you. It's not. It's gonna be the beginning. So just having that mindset will change everything, because it'll push the fear out. So what? The prices go up. I'm going to a fast. I refuse. I'm not going to let it change my life. They can't control my life by saying that there's a shortage, or by saying that there's a saying that there's the prices, or by jacking up the prices. I'm not going to let them take everything from me. I'm not going to let them control me.
And you have food.
I'm gonna use my money to buy gold coins, and I'm gonna fast. It doesn't matter. They can't control you. The goal is to take your soul, to take your mind, your body, and your entire soul. Don't let that happen. These things are coming for us hard. I mean, to the point that there was just an article out about a kid being hit by a bus. Oh my God! I just saw a kid being hit by. I was like, kid being hit by a bus. Oh Lord! It made me feel all kinds of stuff in just a minute of seeing the article. Read the article. The kid's leg was had fallen down. Kid falls down, run over by bus. I'm thinking the kid's dead. Whatever. The whole school bus crushing the child. Oh Lord! He got his leg ran over, or whatever. Maybe even just his foot, because the bus driver didn't see him or whatever. He fell down. Okay, or whatever. But the reality, I know a kid that was hit by an ice cream truck and had a dent in his forehead to this day. And he's fine. He's pretty much a genius. Can fix anything, multi-talented Indian. But I mean, the reality is, when you actually up close and know what's happening, it is far different than how they project it to you, because the way they project it to you is meant to damage you and make you feel like doom is coming. Doom is here. The buses are running over babies. They're shooting up everybody. Everybody's getting beat down. That's what they want us to feel. And it crushes our soul. Don't let that in. Don't let it in. It's fake, and it's meant to destroy you. It's meant to destroy you.
Earlier, you were talking about pigs.
We go back to that.
Are pigs smarter than dogs?
Pigs are extremely intelligent. A lot of pigs are pigs are smarter than most dogs. Actually, pigs are extremely intelligent. You could train a pig, housebreak a pig to go into a daggone to go bathroom in a basket or whatever. They can open up cabinets and refrigerators and help save. I mean, they use pigs to find those precious mushrooms, and stuff like that. Pigs are they're extremely smart. So it's kind of interesting when you think of a cow versus a pig, that a pig really is a lot more intelligent than a chicken or a cat. Well, chickens are kind of no. Pigs are way more are the smartest livestock. Really, they're the smartest. So, and smarter than dogs. A lot of dogs. There are some smart breeds, but I mean, the general dog, pigs are pretty intelligent. So, I mean, this is the thing. I mean, I think a lot of what we don't understand, some of the stuff that we have to understand is everything that has been said is relative to the time in which it was happening and the nasty people that were living there and how they were living and how they were treating their livestock and how they were eating them. They were eating these disgusting things, how they were letting these things live, just like they're doing now. They just do anything to make a profit. So these birds are definitely cannibalistic as well. Don't think they're not. Don't think they're not pecking and eating at each other, because they are. You want a daggone 20-piece wings. What are you freaking eating? You're eating Chick-fil-A, but that don't mean that Chick-fil-A chicken is being treated right. In order for them to have enough chicken, they got to have some maltreated chicken. Steroid up and shot up and pesticide up and all kinds of daggone antibiotics up and everything.
So our bodies aren't made for these chemicals. Our bodies aren't made for these chemicals, huh?
Our bodies aren't made for these putrefied sources, right? Our body's made with us respecting nature, and that means, like I said, even when you sacrifice an animal, because people are vegetarian, they're like, but when you sacrifice an animal, it wasn't done just to be, breeding them and stuffing them in daggone different kinds of, breeding farms where they are eating like, they're being forced to eat, force-fed trash just to blow them up big enough so they can sell them. That's not within nature. Nature is about you feed into that animal so that you can cultivate him. You respect that creature. And when you take his life as to nourish yourself, you respect the life that he sacrificed.
Wow. So basically, we're just in a tub of mindless consumption.
Ah, yes. I recently saw a speech that Jimmy Carter did, and he basically said that in a speech. Now he didn't basically, he said it in a speech that in the 80s, as he was leaving office, he was like, we are heading towards destruction. He said it. He said we were heading towards destruction. But y'all, that destruction was planned. And it was planned with the Indian in mind. Because you are the denominator that they can't ignore. That you are the landlord. You are the landlord of this universe. You're the landlord of this daggone country. You are in connection with this earth and these plants and these animals. And they can't seem to shake you off of it. They try hard. They try to get you to deport yourself. And some of you do. But that's just a few. They try to get you to kill yourself. And some of us do. They try to get you to daggone, make yourself into something else, mix in with other people, change the way you are, be another you. And that works for a lot of us. But we got to change that. And it's within our power to change it, not just for ourselves, but from those around us. Each one teach several. We ain't got time to waste. You can't keep this information to yourself. You have to share it. Slowly share it with your family. Share it with your friends. But share it outside. Because time we don't have. Well, no, I ain't gonna say that. We got to, time is relative. But we also cannot waste the time that we are alive. Because we're not going to be around forever. So this time that you're alive on this planet, you in this form as being a being on this planet, you can't waste it. You have to go to work doing things that are going to benefit beyond your existence. Or what's the point of you being here sucking up this air, using resources, if you're not going to make the earth better after you leave? That's all I got.
Here.
Right.
So earlier you were talking about, because we're on the body, y'all. We're still on the body.
No, we're not on the body.
What are
we're
we
on? The soul. We're on the soul. That's why I got soul up.
Oh, I'm not looking at the screen.
No, we're talking about the soul.
Okay, so self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
What is self-esteem? What does that have to do with the spirit, or how does that uplift the spirit, or how does that get us to pay attention to the spirit? What does self-esteem have to do with the spirit?
Well, this is the thing. We have to believe. We have to see the greatness in ourselves in order to recognize that same greatness in others, right? If we don't really think much of ourselves, we always look at somebody, who she thinks she is. What he think? Well, he think he's somebody. Oh, he think he's doing something. Oh, really? And really, what is that about? That's really about the fact that your love for yourself is not there. You don't really have a great opinion of your own self. You don't have that self-love so that you can't express that same love outwardly to others. You can't share it because it ain't inside. You got to love you first. You got to love you first. And how come it's so much easier for us to love immigrants and outsiders? Why is that always us? That's why we can't find we can't find an indigenous doctor to take care of us, because we preferred the immigrant to our own people. We gave them the preferential opportunity. We did it ourselves. They don't even gotta convince us to do it. We do it on our own, calling it Pan-Africanism and loving the diaspora and taking care of your fellow Africans, your fellow people of color. That's how we self-destruct, by using this terminology that erases us on our own. See, there has to be a line drawn in the sand. At a certain point, you got to say, I got to take care of me. I got to self-preserve. I got to take care of the future. At a certain point, you got to say, we have to survive. They can't destroy us. I can't put myself in a swimming pool with a bunch of people of color. I can't put myself out there being in some kind of African diaspora that's not my diaspora. I got to take care of my kingdom. at a certain point, that's what you need to be saying, because they've been using this tri-colored stuff and this, well, you could be from Africa shit to destroy you since the beginning. Why would you use it to self-destruct? You have to do self-preservation. Part of your self-care and self-love is self-preservation. Got to preserve yourself before you can preserve and help anybody else. Remember, when you're in the plane, you got to drop down and put the oxygen on yourself first, because if you pass out, you can't help nobody. Your soul has to be nurtured. You have to feed your soul. Bad music in your ear, no sunshine in your life, no touching of trees or sand or dirt, no grounding of your feet, no going barefoot. It's not feeding you. It's not feeding your inner energy, because you are an energy force. So you got to be in connection with your force fields. Water. You got to stand in the natural waters. You got to sit in the natural waters. Swim in the natural waters. Put your toe in the natural water. You got to be connected to the planet. You got to recharge. You got to stay charged.
So, staying connected to the natural world, that kind of protects us from all this smog, this electrical smog that's going through 5G, all these certain waves and frequencies that are going through. Are you saying that sticking to a more natural element that's more helpful?
Right, because we're energy. That's what we are. When we talk about spirit, when we talk about ourselves, we're energy. Our energy is what they're really after. Our energy is the energy, the most important energy in the universe. And we have to keep it protected, but we also have to keep it regenerated. You have to keep it charged. And you charge it by being positive. You know what you charge it? Guess what the most powerful way of charging it? Giving. Giving is the most powerful way to charge your soul. Giving of a compliment. You're doing a good job. Man, you're really smart. Man, thank you. Wow, I can't believe you figured that out. Man, you're amazing. A lot of times, like I say, we have compliments for individuals in our heads. That's a bad outfit they put together. Boy, they figured that out. They made that. That's so, But we do an inner monologue of the compliments that we're thinking about others that are us, our indigenous people, right? Our brothers and sisters. Instead of spewing them out. Man, you know what? You really looking regal today. You looking majestic. You got a really good energy. I mean, we may feel it. We may think that in our inner minds, but we don't share that. Because do you know what happens when you say, you know what, there's something about you. You got a really good energy. What happens to them? Bam! They feel that word from you, that message from you, and all of a sudden they're like, yeah. And then it's like they giving that energy back to you. And then they gonna give it to somebody else because they're like, damn, That felt good. But then when you express that and they got that reverb where they felt so good from what you said, you got energy back to you. That's the first giving that is, and it don't cost you nothing. It's just sharing positive affirmations amongst your brothers and sisters that are genuine. That are genuine. Because we are look at us. They got us tearing each other up. They got us tearing each other up. When that don't do nothing but keep our souls shut down. They winning like that. Keeping us fighting and picking and who you think? You know, all that. Grown people. And half of these people ain't even you. They faking like they Indians. Half of these people out here on the YouTube world ain't even Indians at all. They're foreigners. But you listen to them like they are Almighty Jesus. Oh, Jesus said no. They're not even real. They don't show nothing real to you, but you still follow this stuff. But that's the thing. When it's good, you're going to produce good. It's going to generate positive energy. It's going to generate positive ways of thinking. And what we need to know is this negative stuff and all this infighting is being put out there by the government. They're doing that. They're paying these people to do it. By this corporation. They are being pushed to keep the daggone conflict going. When what we need is love, unity, affirmation. Congratulations. Good job. Man, that's cool. Thank you. Let me give you this big tip, bruh. I was just going to spend it on something stupid. Let me give you an extra 20. I was just going to buy something dumb. It's a blessing to you and a blessing to me because I've made you feel good about another brother or sister. By seeding into you, it gives you hope. By seeding into you, it makes you think positively about us. It builds us up as different nations when we seed into each other. Man, you got a gift. I'm gonna buy that from you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna buy 5. Man, I like that you're doing this. That is how you build souls. That's how you build yours. That's how you build others. That's all I got.
So, the goal is your soul. Your soul is like a light, a bright light. What I would compare it to, but what it does, what it thinks about, what it's working on when you're not paying attention is your soul, and other people want that. They eat it. They eat it. And this is how you're thought of. So, thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. You know, all we try to do is bring information because we know the airwaves, all the waves out there are full of negative shit for the indigenous people. Everything is there to just tear the mind up. And so that's why we stand here to provide a little bit of sanity to you. And we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Really do. We're going to see y'all later on in the week. Peace.